Dr. Rena here. I'm a dental specialist and founder of RW Perio, located at 75 Harley Street. Welcome to my podcast, Life and Smile, where we talk about everything dental, lifestyle, business, and much more. Every episode, I'm joined in conversation with a specialist expert in their chosen field, who give us a behind-the-scenes glimpse into their daily regime, career turning points, and an insider look at what they can't live without. As a businesswoman myself, it's so inspiring to hear how people have built their careers and shattered those glass ceilings. So let's get the conversation going. So we've got a very special conversation going today with Sophie Carbonari. She's a global celebrity French facialist and skincare expert. Sophie is French trained and spends the majority of her career between Paris and London. You would have seen her featured in the likes of the New York Times, Vogue, Elle, Vanity Fair, and so on. Sophie also has her own podcast, Inner Skin, which everyone should definitely check out. So Sophie, welcome to Life and Smile. We're so delighted to have you on the podcast. Welcome back to London. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Good, good. So you've been here in London for a few days now. How's it been?
Busy and always like a good experience. I love to be here, so
nice.
Back to the roots.
Back to the roots, back to the roots. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So Sophie, you've rapidly become one of the most exclusive and talked about facialists on the global beauty and health scene, renowned for your dedicated and signature techniques that ensure a tailor-made approach for every client. Yeah. French trained, you've had a decade's worth of experience. Mm-hmm. Tell us, how did it all begin? Take me from the start of your journey.
So first, I'm passionate about beauty and skincare. I remember spending time trying to do facial to my mom when I was 8. So I think it was really like my way to go.
Yes.
And so I started to study, beauty therapy and everything when I was 16.
Right.
And so for me, it was really, when you're not good at anything else and you touch something and just then everything is so meant to be.
Yeah.
So that was the case. I really have this, I don't know, this vibration about my job.
Yeah.
I loved that. Just touching people is my thing.
Yeah.
It all calm me, like grounding me. So I say, okay, this is my thing. So I stay stuck on it. And so when I was 18, so I get my degree and I moved to Marseille. And then by the time I was general esthetician,
right?
I was doing everything, and I would always have this a little more interest about. This Oriental, Japanese, and Chinese, approach in terms of Chinese medicine and, although the Korean way of beauty and everything. So I say, okay, so maybe I should stay stuck on and try to read more and, get more and more inspired, although Ayurveda. And so by the time I was reading books and stuff, so I opened my first little beauty salon in the south of France. And as I say, it wasn't a good success because I was young, not ready, not prepared. So I decided to close after a year. So I closed and then I moved here to first learn English because I didn't speak English by the time. So the English that friends we learn at school, so meaning nothing. And then so I moved here. It took me 6 months to be fluent and be able to really feel comfortable.
That's quick.
Thanks, English person. Really, because
your English is amazing.
Because English are patient and they are really supportive by like people who try to, and which is not really the case for French people anyway. And so I was lucky enough to find a job in a spa in Dalston.
Right.
So then now it's closed, called Smooth You Town Spa. And I decided to come to just, I decided to just continue while I was learning, and then I just spot a nice Japanese wellness center, which is not far away from here,
right?
Called TU, in Central Street. And I just say to my mind, when I will be ready, I will go and move there.
Right.
So I did an application there. So the lady, the owner, Mami, she's a nice person. So she said, okay, like, let's do a trial. And so she hired me as a facialist. And so then she, although introduced me some Japanese way to do like, facials and the rituals and stuff. It was really interesting. I loved it to learn, the way of the rituals and stuff.
Yeah.
And after that, I just moved to New York, and like for a year working in medical spa.
Right.
And I came back here, developed my own methods by like inspired by all of my
Experience. Yeah.
and I launched my company again and here first.
Yes.
And I started to work in the fashion week in Paris because a lot of my clients was working in fashion industry.
Yeah.
And then that made me
Right.
the person I am now.
Oh, what a journey so far. That's sounds amazing.
Sorry, it's a little bit long.
Yeah, no. But which point did you know that you wanted to do your own thing? So obviously you could have, worked for various different, hotels, wherever, but what made you want to do your own thing?
So first of all, I definitely believed on, when it's not, when they say this sentence that I love, it's like, if it's not open, it's not your door.
Right.
And, don't get me wrong, I always have like a nice relationship with my like the person who owned the spas or in beauty salon when I was working, but I always miss something. And I'm too, I'm too independent. I'm too intuitive and whatever to work for someone.
Yeah.
Because, for example, the way I do my facials, of course, I have my clients and stuff, but I always take time to talk with them.
Yes.
And it's not like, if you worked for someone, they will always say to you, you have to be back to back because otherwise, like it's not, making enough money, blah, blah, blah. And the way that's what, although I'm doing luxury treatments, because it gives me this freedom to take the time with my clients, take the time to explain to them what I will do, take the time after to just do a consultation, to just make a recap of consultation, send it to them. We have this kind of relationships that not just a person comes and goes.
Right.
We have the kind of relationship that it's more intimate, with like keeping the distance of being clients. But I'm not just someone that they go to see 1 month. We like each other.
There's a connection.
Exactly. So that's really something that I just always reconnect with my clients. There is some I'm more like linked with than in the other, but the mind, it's always the same. Yeah.
Amazing. And I think I can relate to that. I think I was at a crossroads when I graduated, and I had the option of working for lots of people or starting my own thing. And it's scary, right? Like when you think, okay, I'm going to do this on my own, you have to figure everything out, but you just know you have that gut feeling that that's what you're meant to be doing.
Exactly.
And I think it's important to listen to your inner voice and your gut feeling, because it's always right. So
definitely. I think we are. It's of course you take a lot of risk, and you're more exposed. But although it's game changing in terms of, although I think in mental health, like just follow your intuitions. It's just give you like so much peace inside, and then and you are keeping the master of all of the decision. And it's really like you feel
content at the end of the day. It's really interesting when you mention about, having that connection with your clients, and it's not just that they're coming in to see you, just, and then they're disconnected. I think it's really nice when you're able to build that relationship with individuals, and I think, and get to know them. I think we have that at the clinic as well, when people come regularly, and you're working with them to improve their health and make sure you're looking at them holistically. I think it's nice, it's satisfying at the end of the day. You're connecting connecting with people, not just for us gums and mouths or faces. It's actually the person.
Because it's intimate too, you know, like about the skin, about the mouth, and I think the one thing that you can always think about, and it's coming back in your job and in my job.
Yes.
It's like it's related to self-confidence. Like
100%.
the mouth, it's like definitely your smile is connected to your self-confidence, and someone who don't feel confident about his mouth will always hide, always feel like, you know, there is something wrong, I have to. And same for the skin, you know, so someone who has struggled with acne or having like, you know, it's impacted the self-confidence.
For sure.
So we have this kind of intimacy, and then you cannot come to someone and do your job and go. For me, it doesn't make any sense, and that's not the way I wanted to make my work done. I wanted to, you know, just say to the person, you know, I'm concerned about what's your issues, and then I will help you through that process to get like to make you feel better and self-confident. When you walk out of my door, you will feel self-confident.
Yes. Amazing. So you're regularly featured in the press, as we mentioned, in terms of Vogue, New York Times, Vanity Fair, and you're celebrated for your massage method, which is, as you mentioned, a fusion between the Japanese technique and lymphatic drainage.
Yes.
How did you did mention with the experience you got in the past, you sort of learned from that and brought it together. Yeah. But your true philosophy, where did that come from? Did you bring in your own styles? And tell me a bit more about that.
So, in fact, my true philosophy, it was coming from when I read a book about Ayurveda, and then they talk about the homeostasis, you know, the concept of like think your metabolism globally, and then just see. You know, like if you have a sickness or whatever, it's a symptom of something that's going wrong deep inside. And I was thinking, okay, actually, that's what the skin is. It's just, you know, like like when you have acne, it's just a result of inner inflammations and everything. So I start to just stay stuck on that, and I apply everything that I learn into that philosophy back, like the skin homeostasis. For me, is the key. And I always, you know, when my clients come to me and then they have an issue and whatever, I always say to them, okay, so I'm not a doctor, but I think you may go to see that, you know, like someone who specializes on hormones, someone who specializes in, you know, like colony cleansing or those kind of things, just to kind of explain them. Then the skin is just the effect on the skin is sometimes just the result about what's going on inside, and then they have to taking everything in considerations. And sometimes, you know, when I do the massage and everything, even the teeth, I just, you know, sometimes it's always, you know, there is although this kind of relationship that I have. So for me, it's this, it's be a prescriptor. Is that correct in English? Sorry.
Prescriber, yeah.
Just to explain, like, okay, you know, I will treat you from outside and explain to you like what's your routine that you have to get, but that's how you have. If you want to do the full work, that's the doctor you have to see, the person you have to see, the nutritionist, blah blah blah. I try to just connect people to. What I try to do is get them the tools to really understand them body, you know, like in global, and just see, like, you know, and although what I want to promote, it's like it's normal, it's okay to have spots, it's okay to you know, but just now that you know that you have that, so how can we prevent, how can we do to avoid that kind of situation, or how can we do to limitate the moment that you suffer from acne, you know, and that's those kind of things. That's my philosophy.
It's really interesting because when I see my patients, we talk about gum disease and gum health, and the whole thing is connected. I mean, we get surprised when we link the body together. And I say to my patients, when you have gum disease, it increases your risks of general health conditions as well. And in the same way, if someone has gum disease, there's reasons for it. Are you stressed? Do you have diabetes? Do you have there's always, like you said, there's a reason for it. And I think we say that the mouth is like a mirror of the rest of the body, and I think the skin is the same thing.
It's
so
how it's connected. It's a global metabolism, and it's not just your mouth or just your skin. It's a full thing, same as your hair. It's just, and I think we have so much, like capacity to understand more, and to reconnect. That we have to, be the person who gives the
right advice.
Exactly.
I think, and working together with other fields and holistically,
Definitely.
I think is the way forward. I think in the past, everyone used to do their own thing, but whether it's healthcare, beauty, everyone now is working together to get the final and most effective results. So, I mean, I completely agree with that. It must be interesting. You mentioned, you speak to people who have acne, and then you try and make them understand why, and it can be quite. Do you find? I mean, how have you had any patients or clients who come in, and I guess it must be quite a game changer when you see them and you're able to, even if you haven't fully corrected it just yet, for them to change their mindset first as a first step.
Yeah. It's always, and especially when you have like young adults, and they struggle with acne, and because you can have acne in different steps and for different reasons. But when you have a young man or young woman who just like struggle with acne, and then, as I said earlier, like it's impact them in them self-confidence and the way they consider them image globally, and the social life. It's always good to make them understand, like, okay, first, two things that you have to understand. It's okay, like, it's not what's like defining you. You just have it's like skin issues, and then after I just try to explain them all of the process, the pH of them skin, the fact that they have to cut sugar because that's increased development of the bacteria, make them understand, and they have to stop overwash them face, but going with like low pH, like soap and cleanser, just to rebalance everything, and then make them like acting on it, like really be like they understand it more, like rather than, I think before, the older generation of facialists, they just wanted to sell products, and then they just say, okay, you have to get these, and these, without explaining what's the effect, and it could work for 2 months, and then after the breakdown, like like the skin just have another rush of cysts and pimples and whatever. So what I always recommend is like something, it will take more time, but the result will be permanent,
lifelong.
And and then although just try to give them a different perspective. I'm not selling product for the moment. I'm not selling product, but the thing I like it to explain is like there is things that mix and match. You're not. It's not an obligation to be stuck on one range. There is good things there and there that you can pick up and just really
what works for you. I guess it's that bespoke regime. Not the same thing for everyone.
Exactly, and you can make it evaluate. It depends of the seasons and whatever, because of course the needs of the skin is not the same. But
I like the fact that you're changing the perspective, because I think what you said, it's fine to have a spot now and then, it's normal. I think everyone has this image of being perfect, especially with the filters and everything else, and everyone has that expectation. Everyone has to look perfect all the time, but we're real, we're human, and we have to accept our imperfections, which end up being the most beautiful thing. So
I just the thing's funny is like I started to do lives during the lockdown because I didn't before that I didn't feel enough comfortable to make it, and then when they closed everything I say, okay, this is the single way I have to, connect with my clients and people who follow me. And so I create those was every Sunday I was doing a live. And then at the beginning, I don't know if it was at the beginning, I don't remember, but I start to do lives and I always wearing makeup. And then sometimes I say, okay, you know what? I'm not wearing makeup. And I remember the good reactions of people.
Really? Yeah.
Because I'm a human, so I
Yeah.
have spots. I struggle with hormonal acne and
Yeah.
everything, and then because I'm brown skin too, so I have scars. So it's a process. I always, but I'm lucky enough that I know what to do. But it's like this,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
happened, and otherwise I have to stop wine and sugar. I know what's my problem.
It's all about balance, I guess. Yeah.
I know, but it's okay. I'm just, sometimes you have to learn to compromise.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what I noticed is like the kind reaction of people saying, "Oh, your skin looks good. You have glowy skin," and then there was really like receptive about like I think more
Yes.
of my interventions. And then I remember once there was a woman say, "Yeah, you give advice from like acne scars, but you have acne scars." And I just answer to her, "It's because I have acne scars, and I can give advice of
Exactly.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all because I experiment hormonal acne, then I can be
Really
I can,
true to what you're saying.
and I
Yeah.
can really tell you what's work and what doesn't work. It's although it, and as I say exactly the same thing that I say, I'm just a human. So I could be like this,
Yeah,
never
yeah,
move and
yeah.
never experience stressed
Yes.
and oxidative stress and everything. But I'm a normal person, and as an entrepreneur,
You have a busy
you're
lifestyle.
challenged.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. And yeah, talking about that and busy lifestyle. So when we first crossed paths, it was at a press event in London, where you were absolutely radiant, radiating health, positive energy, very chic personal style formula to match that. And you're obviously traveling and you're busy, you're traveling between Paris and London. I wanted to ask you if, when you're traveling, which items do you never travel without when you're going back and forth? Because obviously you've got your bag here, and it's a certain size where you have to fit everything in, so you have to be selective.
Yeah, I
so
know.
are there any things that you couldn't leave Paris or London without having with you?
So I'm like every person. I think I'm like it's my serum and my moisturizer.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I can do. It happens sometimes, and I forgot my cleanser. You go somewhere, you buy a new one, but
Yes.
my serum and my moisturizer.
Okay.
Last time I went to Morocco, and then I forgot my like my set. Everything at the airport.
Oh my god.
I thought I was dying. Like it's just like when you feel like I knew it.
Yeah. Oh no.
And I arrived in Morocco and glad enough. I was really happy. I was because in Morocco you can find so much good quality of products.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it just changed all of my routine. I just changed all of my routine, like connected by raw products, oils and stuff, essential oils, and they have so much good stuff there. So I was at the end. I say, okay, maybe it's
meant to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a sign.
So you got your serum and moisture. Anything else that you can't travel without?
Serum, moisturizer. I always have a red lipstick.
Yeah.
SPF.
Yes.
SPF. Although my oil for my hair.
Yes.
So every kind of cosmetic, body lotion, of course.
Yeah.
And I can leave like in terms of makeup, I can live without my makeup.
Okay.
Just a single thing. It's like my red lipstick
yeah.
and a mascara.
Right.
Yeah.
They're your go-to things. Yeah.
Those two things I cannot. But otherwise, essentially skincare.
Yeah. Sounds good. I think.
Yeah.
I think the point on SPF. I mean, I didn't realize till a few years ago that how important it is. I think some people don't realize it doesn't matter what the weather is. It doesn't matter if you're inside or outside. You've got to have your SPF.
Exactly. Yeah. And especially now that we have the blue light, it's always we are constantly attacked by radiations
Yeah,
of the.
yeah.
So it's and then more and more, because before we have to admit that before the quality of the SPF was not that good.
Right.
It was too heavy, and for
Okay.
people of color, come on,
You don't need all.
it
Yeah.
was a nightmare.
Yeah.
And even for people like with Caucasian skin, it was not, the quality was not good. But now there is drops and stuff.
Yes.
The texture is so light, and it doesn't change the color of your skin too. So
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
it's getting better.
Yeah, there's no excuse. We have to wear
Yeah.
it. So we spoke about quite a few links between our industries with what we've mentioned already. From my side, I'm finding, obviously, everyone cares about health. That's the first step. People are taking it seriously, especially since the pandemic. I think it's made a big difference. People have reevaluated their lives and think, okay, I need to build this in. But also, I guess, the aesthetic side of things. Yeah. And we have people coming in and they want beautiful smiles, and a part of a beautiful smile is having perfect gums as well, because the gums is what it's almost like a picture frame. You know, even if you have a beautiful photo, you need that beautiful picture frame to otherwise it may not enhance the beauty. So we have a lot of people asking for gum aesthetic treatments, gum lifts, gum recession surgery, that type of thing. When your clients come to see you, what is the most popular reason why? Like, what are they looking for? Is it health? Is it beauty? Is it, what is it?
Yeah, most of the time they say to me, and they all have the same sentence, which is, sometimes I just say like, it's weird. They must read something this somewhere, but no, actually, it's really spontaneous. They all say to me, I want you to get my skin alive.
Right.
Because they have the sensations of them skin to be devitalized. And they come to me to have this sensation, and I touch wood, so far so good. It's just they have the result, and then it lasts, and that's my success. Although it's not just for 2 days, then you look fabulous. It's just it lasts in term for a month at least, and they come every 4 weeks. Some of them come every 2 weeks, but yeah, so it's really something that they all ask. I want you to get my skin, my skin alive, and I was thinking, what's the things that people, why they use that that sentence, and because it's really powerful.
Yeah.
And now I did understand, because it's just, I think, with the stress and then the mobilization of the muscles and whatever, we feel the tensions, the reduction of the blood flow and lymphatic flow have an impact about like the like the tone of your skin. It just creates dualness, and although like the fact that you do water retentions is just get like you have your skin a little bit congested in eudermy. So that's why they think like they have the sensation about.
Interesting.
And some of them, they just say, it's like Botox without Botox, which actually it's not Botox, because I don't want people to come and say it's Botox without Botox. It's not Botox, but it's just by like remove the water retentions and re-stimulate the fascia and then the muscles. You just literally work in the skin, congestions and whatever. So you have the sensation to eyes opening, skin lifted and everything, because it's just I re-give you the shape of your own face.
So just enhancing their own beauty,
exactly.
and I guess making them feel good as well. I think that's an important part of it. When you, as you said before, if you feel good, you're confident. It's that inner confidence and beauty as well, which shines through someone.
It's, and sometimes I have clients who now they kind of all know each other. Paris is so small, so then but I remember one client, she came because of the recommendation of one of my good clients. That she went back home and she texted my client and said, "Oh, it was good, but okay." And then the day after, she texted her back and she said, "What happened?" My skin, I look like I have 15 again.
Wow.
But just because, she crossed someone and someone told her,
right,
you look fabulous, and what have you done?
Yes.
and it was the facial.
Amazing. You can have, I guess, a big impact on someone's life. And confidence. I guess as well with the industries, with dental health and oral health, everyone has to have their at-home regime as well. And I think skincare is, people, it's nice because they actually, I feel like with skincare, people do want to spend their time. With us, we struggle with, it's getting better, but people having to, brush their teeth, clean between their teeth. But I think with skincare, people want and they're happy to spend the time. Or, I mean, what do you find? Do you find that people are, because it's quite a discipline to do everything, right?
So I will not mention her name, but if she listens, she will recognize herself. But I had that client she never done, she at least put moisturizer and that's it. And then she came to me, she said, okay, I know that I was lucky enough for a while, then now I almost have 40 and I have to taking care of myself. And then she said, but I don't want to put anything else than just a moisturizer.
Right.
I was like, okay, this is a challenge because, if you want a real game changing, you have to. So I introduced by really just, okay, maybe twice a week, you just apply a serum, just like this. And I say, maybe you do this. I let her come to the fact that when she applied the serum before, she saw that her skin was really good after. Yeah. And then now she say, oh, you know what? I apply every day. I say, yeah, I know.
So it's about them finding the benefits. I think that definitely works.
Yeah. When you push someone, and especially when it comes from nothing, it will never, it's like, we are all like that. If you tell me what to do and too much, I will do it. And after I will say, oh, you know what? No, I'll stop. But when you start to do it progressively and you own your routine, you feel the difference in terms of skin texture, blah, blah, blah. It changed everything. So that's how I try to, when my clients come to me and say, I don't want to spend too much time, because I have child and everything. So I attempt to adapt, like the routine to the fact that they don't have time. And I just, I will recommend things that work overnight more, just to save them time.
Yeah. I guess with building it into their routine, I think that's what it's about. It's a lifestyle approach where you're not separate, everything's one. So that's great. I think I agree with the whole self-derived change, making them want to do it and seeing the benefits is the best way of changing.
Yes.
So, you've had quite a journey so far. You've mentioned, which has been really interesting. What would you say has been your biggest challenge? I know when you said you first set up, it was, you were young and, you kind of, would you say that was a challenging time? Or do you think, tell us about the most challenging time so far.
My main challenge, it was, so first it was this. It was accepting to fail for my first company.
Okay.
Accepting to close and fail and just see, and although, because you're young and people just waiting for you to, or to succeed or to fail, just to get them in themselves, own self-confidence and, safe space. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes.
So I fell. And then I accepted to restart from nothing in other country. That was the first thing, and I will never regret. If you give me a time machine and I have things to change, I will exactly because that was the best class of my life. And so this was the first one. The second one, it was to restart again.
Okay.
And I found. London really welcoming for that, to push people to be entrepreneurs and stuff. So this, I have to thank that country to live in the UK, to be honest. And then now I have a new challenge because, so it's breaking news because I never say to anyone, but I will launch my beauty,
amazing. Congratulations.
Range.
Congratulations.
So my skincare range. So that's supposed to come and to arrive at the end of the year.
Amazing.
So this
you heard it here first, guys.
This is a real challenge. I just feel like, okay, after that, when it will be launched, and almost on a good, in a good way, I will have to just go and sleep for 3 days just, without, stopping, because it's really taking lots of time.
Intense, yeah.
But I love that. It's just, the feelings, the sensations.
Yeah.
It's always, that's what I made it for.
Yeah. I think that's what it's about, right? And I guess we said about failure. It's sometimes we think it's either failure or success, and it's a binary thing. But really, I think that failure is just a stepping stone. It's what's meant to. It's not really. It's just a part of the journey, really. And if you don't ever have that, it doesn't. You're not trying hard enough, basically.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. And then it was Nelson Mandela said, "You never fail. You never fail. You always learn."
Exactly. Yeah.
So, in fact, when you are in the middle of the failure, of course, you don't remember.
Yeah.
You just feel like,
why me?
But after, you just say, like, and then although I didn't, when I picture myself now, will I really wanted to be in south of France in my small, of course, maybe I will grow and blah, 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 but that's not me. And then I'm me now. It's just like, not speaking English, staying in France, and, no.
Completely different life.
No. Yeah.
I have one more question for you, because you obviously have a very busy lifestyle. You're between London and Paris, doing lots of different things, you're now working on your products, all these kind of things. Do you have a typical day? I mean, I'm intrigued to know, like, how does your day start, and what do you, or is every day different, or?
Actually, lucky enough, I'm not someone who likes routines.
Okay.
So that's helping.
Interesting, yeah.
But maybe one day I will love to, to have every day looking the same.
Yeah.
But I don't actually. And it's my routine. The fact that I'm not doing the same thing every day, it's my routine. And then for me, that's why for me, the lockdown was difficult. It was to start a day and thinking it will be exactly the same tomorrow. I normally I have sometimes I have my typical day where when I do, I'm off in Paris, for example, when I'm not preparing to come here, and it's a weekend, for example. I have a slow day that I will wake up and then go to have a coffee. But this is something, I think I'm workaholic, as people said, but I always connected my day to my work without any thinking like, it's a stressful thing.
Yeah.
I have this relationship to my job that I always wanted to, like do something.
So it's just a lifestyle. You don't really separate the two, and you just balance.
I think, although I don't have child, and so maybe although that's bring me to do those kind of things. When I will have child, maybe I will just separate that.
But now you're
for the moment, I'm always into that things, and I try to stop. I mix my life and my professional life, and one day I will learn to do both. And yeah.
Nice. Well, listen, thank you so much. I know you're off to Paris soon, so I don't want you to miss your train.
Don't worry.
But it's been such a pleasure to have such an interesting conversation with you.
Thank you.
I'm really looking forward to visiting you in Paris, and I can't wait for your products to come out as well. So,
me too.
If the listeners want to find you, and I'm sure they want to follow you and your story now going forwards, where can we find you? What should we look out for?
So the most you just have to go on Instagram and just tap Sophie Carbonari, then you find me. And if you want to book, there is the link for bookings into my
amazing,
and in my info in my Instagram, so in my bio. Sorry, so that's it.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Sophie. We'll see you again soon, and safe trip back to Paris.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care.